Hi, Marina.
Hi, Liat. Most of us who grew up in the traditional education system learned that the most important thing is to know the answers the teacher asks in class. But I know that you bring a refreshing idea of putting emphasis on asking questions and preferably asking the right questions. So, what can you say about this?
Yes. So I'm glad that you started with the traditional education system because I think that's where the problem started. And you said knowing the answer, and I would even say knowing the right answer. And the right
Hmm.
answer is
Hmm.
what the teacher taught you, which is what she were taught and her teacher and so forth. So
Yes.
one of the things that the educational system teaches us, there's answer and there's the right answer, and there's the only one right answer, and someone
Yes.
else knew it before you did, and only thing you
Hmm.
have to do is repeat
It's
this and
to
say
repeat
it.
it. Hmm.
And I think one of the reasons that we have so many issues in our life is that we're looking for the right answer, and we're looking for the right answer in the wrong places on other
Hmm.
people's on other people idea, on other people the way they live their lives. And we were talking about this in the success model, that we cannot copy other people's answers for how to live their life, and for me, for anything, because we have our own answers and we have our own way. And it always makes me laugh, sad laugh, but that we were taught in school how to think in paradigms, how to think in boxes and the right answer,
Hmm.
and repeat what we were taught. And then
Hmm.
people get into workplaces and they try to teach them to be creative and have outside of the boxes answers, after so many years that we were taught to give the right answer in the box. So
Hmm.
for me, the thing is not about the answer. It's about asking the right question, because first is understanding that we all have different answers, and there are
Hmm.
different answers that are right for us, and
Hmm.
only we know them. And the thing is not finding the right answer or finding the right answer someone else's, but learning to ask the right question that moves you forward. And one of
Hmm.
the things that we all know, if you try to remember someone's name or some concept, and you don't remember, and you start pondering about this, and it drives you
Hmm.
nuts, and at some point
Hmm.
you give up and you let go, and you can do something else. You can do some work, or you can do dishes or laundry, or go to sleep, and it pops up, right? At
Right.
some
The
point
answer.
it
Hmm.
will come back. And the
Hmm.
reason is because our mind cannot leave unanswered questions.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it always look for the answer.
Hmm.
So if we ask a question, and I always teach my students, when you ask the question, and we'll talk about how to create the right so-called question that will
Question.
move you forward,
Hmm.
you're not even busy with the answer, because you know that once you ask the question that is right for you, the answer that is right for you will pop up at some
Pop up.
point.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you're not even busy with the answer. It's not about the answer. It's about refining the question that you ask. And how do you ask the right question? What is
Hmm.
the right question?
Hmm.
The right question is one that the answer to it will lead you forward to where you want to go, and not get you stuck at where you already are, and you don't want to stay in. And I'll give you an
Hmm.
example. One of
Hmm.
the questions that I saw a lot working with people is, why is it happening to me? Why did I deserve this? If there were an answer to this, let's say, okay,
Hmm.
um, let's say, why is it happening to me? Why do I deserve that? Let's say there's an answer to this, and you get the answer.
Hmm.
You deserve this because. Does
Hmm.
this an answer that actually helps you move forward, or get you
No.
stuck deeper
Hmm.
by
Right.
understanding why is it happening to me? Because you deserve this from some reason,
Hmm.
because of karma,
Hmm.
because of what happened to you as a child, because
Hmm.
what your parents did to you, because whatever the reason is. And it all only give you a good enough reason to stay stuck in place. And most of us ask such questions. Why is it happening to me? Why do I suffer so much? Okay. And the answer to this is only an explanation of where you at, and will leave you stuck in the
In
same
the
place.
same
And
place,
also
yes.
related to what we were talking about focusing, because
Mm-hmm.
these questions focus on what's not working. So it gets you more and more stuck and in place.
Taking the role of the victim all
Yeah,
the time, right? It's like it's when you ask a question like that, it's like leaving you in the same space, if I understand
exactly.
you correctly. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be from a victim point of view, but more often than not, it is. It is
Mm-hmm.
because it comes from pain, and I can understand.
You're right.
I've been there for many years. I've been there. I know
Of
it doesn't
course.
work because I did it so many times. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it only keeps you deeper and deeper in your current state that you want to change.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the right question? The right question is one that if you get the answer, and again, we're not busy with the answer, we're just, refining the question.
The question, yes.
But if you got the answer, it would move you forward toward the place that you want to be at. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if I'm suffering, if I have some sort of disease or pain or lack or something, I would ask, what would help me get to this place? How
Mm-hmm.
do I move forward? How
Mm-hmm.
do I create more wealth? How do I create more wealth? What brings more health into my life? And
Mm-hmm.
these are completely different questions. Okay.
Right.
And the answers will come. They will come from a podcast that you'll hear. They will come from something that someone will send you accidentally. It will come
Right.
from within you, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's the part
Mm-hmm.
within you that is always looking for answers. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what I encourage people to do is to be aware of the type of questions that they ask, and it can be within themselves, but it can also be in conversation, because many times we talk with friends or with someone, and again, our questions or what we ponder on is how we get deeper into the situation that we already stuck in. And so changing our inner talk, our inner conversation, and the way we connect with other, speaking of and asking and having the concept of what can I do or create or be or learn, okay, to move forward, to create a change. It's a significant change of perspective that gives us a totally different answer and totally different results.
Well, I think that here too, I see that we have the privilege of gaining something, of having responsibility, or gaining or getting responsibility, or taking responsibility for making the change. In other words, it's in our hands. A question could even be, what is one small step I can take today in order to move forward? If
Or
you
to feel
cannot
a little
see,
better
the
today.
end result.
Or to feel a
Right,
little better
right.
today. That's also a great question.
Hmm.
What can I do right now to be a little calmer, to feel a little better, to be a little happier right now?
Hmm.
And what's also beautiful in this sort of asking questions, there's this subcontext that there's
Hmm.
an answer. Like
Hmm.
if I ask, how do I move forward? How do
Hmm.
I change? How do I get wealthy? How do I get healthy? How do I get a wonderful relationship? It
Hmm.
means there's an answer, even if I don't know it. But when I ask
Hmm.
this question, it means there's somewhere there's the answer for this. And that's a complete shift of understanding our world. And again, when we're stuck in a situation, often we feel like there's, especially if we try to change it several times and we did all kinds of things, we feel stuck. We
Hmm.
feel like there's no
Hmm.
answer.
Hmm.
But just
Yes.
asking the question opens up a total new window to
Hmm.
somewhere, somehow, there must be an answer. Because if the question was asked, there must be some answer to this.
Oh, yes. I'm just trying to think of the teachers in the classroom helping children, compose or write the right questions and to appreciate just questions, asking questions. It's so important for school, for studies in school, and also for life to implement in their lives for moving forward. Thank you so much, Liat, for this episode.
Thank you. Thank you, Marina.